directory structure in JMeter. Here you can see a directory, JMeter directory structure. It's reasonably easy to install JMeter. You just need to extract zip file downloaded in the downloaded. After unpacking the zip file, you would see a tree layout, something like the one shown here. Here's a brief checklist of folders that you will see after extracting the JMeter zip file. Bin holds the script file to launch JMeter. Docs, offline reference docs. Extras and script extensions. Lib holds helper jar lib for JMeter. Then ext contains JMeter protocol libs. Then JUnit lib for JMeter. Printable docs contain read to print docs. JMeter is organized by protocols and functionalities. This is done so that the developer can build new jars for a single protocol without having to build the entire application. We will go into the details of building. Since most of the JMeter developers use Eclipse, here we are describing using Eclipse directory structure as a reference point. The top level directory is bin, contains the .bat and .sh files for starting JMeter. It also contains Apache JMeter.jar and properties file. Build directory is not visible here. The created by build script, and that is where the various artifacts created during the build process are kept. And dist directory created by build script, that is where distributions are generated. It's not shown here. Docs directory contains the JMeter documentation files. Extras and related extra files. Lib contains the required jar files for JMeter. src contains subdirectory for each protocol and components, not shown here. Test unit test related directory, not shown here. Xdocs XML files for documentation. JMeter generates documentation from XML, is not shown here. Lib directory structure. ext contains the core jar files for JMeter and the protocols. The reason for the separation in JMeter searches these jar files, jars for JMeter specific classes. Startup would much slower if the JMeter search all the jars in the lib directory. OPT directory, not shown here, contains optional jar files that JMeter can use for additional functionality. These jars are included when building and running JMeter, but they are not stored in CVS. Usually due to licensing issues, users can download optional jars separately and put here. They may have to create the directory. src directory structure is not shown here. The core directory, the core code of the JMeter, including all core interfaces and abstract classes. Components contain non-protocol specific component like visualizers, sessions, etc. Examples simple sample demonstrating how to use the new Bean framework. Yeah, and components contain non-protocol specific components like visualizations and assertions. Example sample demonstrating how to use the new Bean framework. Functions the directory, standard functions used by all component. HTML parser directory, snapshot of HTML parser donated by HTML parser object on SourceForge. Jopen directory, utility classes providing common utility functions. Monitor directory, Tomcat 5 monitor components, report directory, report generating tool for processing test results. Protocol directory contains the reference protocol JMeter supports. This directory is inside SRC directory is not shown here. Protocol directory structure, it's under protocol, and it's in the protocol directory is under inside the SRC. There you can see a HTTP directory component for load testing servers that use HTTP web servers, SOAP servers, XML, RPC services, etc. FTP component for load testing FTP servers. Java directory component for load testing Java components. JDBC directory component for load testing JDBC servers using JDBC. JNDI directory components for load testing JNDI, currently non-functional. LDAP directory component for load testing LDAP servers. Mail directory component for load testing mailed servers. TCP directory component for load testing TCP services. JMS directory component for load testing JMS messaging services. As a general rule, samplers related to HTTP will reside in HTTP directory. The exception to rule is the Tomcat 5 monitor. It's separate because functionality of the monitor is slightly different than stress or functional testing. It may eventually be reorganized, but for now it is in its own directory. In terms of difficulty, writing visualizers is probably one of the higher plugins to write, and this protocol directory is mentioned just before inside SRC in protocol directory, and that is in SRC directory. These directories are not shown in this figure. So here you can see a JMeter based folder in this picture. Bin, you can see bin directory, docs, extras, libs, licenses, printable docs, and here the files license notice readme. So here you can see a root directory Apache JMeter 3.0. Inside it you can see bin directory, docs, libs, licenses, printable docs. Inside bin you can see example report template and templates. This is JMeter script folder, and here the inside docs you can see API, CSS and images. Here inside lib you can see ext and JUnit. This is JMeter helper libraries. Inside licenses you can see bin and SRC. Here you can see inside printable docs you can see demos, extending, localizing, and user manual. Now this is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much for watching it.